What's up everybody, Florian from Fermin Creative here, and in this video we're going to have a look at WordPress themes. So there are many options out there, as you're probably aware, so I'm just going to look at some free ones, at some paid ones as well, and this really comes from the perspective of somebody who has used them, who has edited them, and also I've written some themes from scratch. So I also know the inner workings of the themes. So what I'm going to look now are some recommendations that I think you should look at. By the way, all the links to the themes are in the description box below. They're also all non-affiliate links, so they're just there also for your information. So one of the first places, in my opinion, to get started is to look at the free WordPress.org repository. So this is also right built into your WordPress install. So, and there are some nice options there too, like what you see nowadays a lot as well, so is that there a lot of theme developers produce a light version of their commercial theme and make that available to the WordPress directory. But there's also some nice ones that are pretty functional, though they also offer again a pro version. So the first one I want to have a look at is ColorMag, which is a very widely used theme. So as you can see on this page here, there's the active install count currently stands at 70,000. So that is always a pretty assuring sign when you're looking for a theme. There's a little bit of a variance between like the WordPress directory and what you, for example, consider good on a marketplace like Team Forest. But 70,000, that's really good. And as you can see, the ratings are really good too. So in that sense, like for me, when I look at something like this, there's absolutely no objection to take it. The only concern that I have, and it's for me especially being an agency, is that of course having so many installs also means that there is many people out there running this theme. So you need to go and look how can you make your website stand out in one way or another, because if it just looks like 1,000 other sites, the client probably is going to be not too happy. So next one I want to show you is Illy. So this is actually a pretty it's a fairly recent theme. You can, by the way, if you scroll down, you can see the downloads per day, and you can see that this only restarted in September of 2016 in this case. So, and within that time span, it has gathered quite a few downloads. It's based on Bootstrap, which is quite nice, I would say, because Bootstrap is a quite well-known framework. So the moment I would have to go and edit this, I can probably extend it quite easily without too much effort. So the active installs here are about 10,000, which is also pretty alright. Last updated in December 2016, so that also means that the developer is actively supporting this theme, which is also really an encouraging sign. Other themes that are free that I quickly want to show you is Xeriv Lite. This is what you really call like a free theme with a premium version attached to it. So, but this theme works really well from what I've seen. So although like there are quite some features where they try to push you really into buying a premium theme, because in the end it is just a freebie to make the paid version of the theme more well known. So keep that in mind always when you see something like, like in this case, light behind the name. If you really want to stay with the free theme and you're really that budget conscious, keep in mind that at times it will require some creativity from you in order to really get all the things you want. One last free theme that I quickly want to show you is Sydney. So this is more of a business theme. It looks really nice. Has been last updated at the time of recording this video at the 31st of January 2017. So this theme is also, by the way, on the WordPress repository. It has some nice parallax backgrounds. Parallax backgrounds, by the way, are the moment like you scroll down and the picture stays static, so that gives a nice little effect. There's also some sliders included, some social links. So there it's a nice theme to get started, I guess. So the moment like you don't want to pay like a lot for a commercial theme, there are some nice options to get started for free, and then when you feel that the moment is there, you can always upgrade to some paid themes. So with that, I'm going to close off the part on free themes, and I'm going to move into the commercial themes. So this is also an area where there's a lot of options out there, and I can completely understand that if you're coming into this from an outsider point of view, that it can be confusing. So but as I mentioned already, ratings matter, installs matter. Does the developer actively support it? That all still also applies, I guess, in the commercial space as well. So one theme here is Restorator, which looks really nice. This is a theme on Theme Forest. So, and basically what we see here already, so it's a brand new theme. It has been only released a couple of days ago at the time of recording this video. So it looks pretty really nice, but like when I see a theme like this, like I first noticed that it has only had 6 sales. So in that sense, I would perhaps wait a few days, see how things develop, because at this point there's still very little information about how good this theme is, and I don't have particular experience with the author in question, so I wouldn't want to be the one that is gonna test the waters as one of the first ones using this. Especially like when you're just coming into the WordPress space, I would really recommend going with a theme that is widely used, because as a result there are probably a lot of people out there as well with expertise about the theme, so that just makes the ride that much easier. Another theme that I want to point out to you is, this is a very popular one, is Btheme. Quite a few of these are on Theme Forest. Theme Forest, by the way, is like one of the big marketplaces where themes are sold. So this is a really nice theme, and like a lot of options as well, with pre-built websites included. That's something that can be nice for you, especially like if you want to get something nice up and running rather quickly. But also keep in mind that there's many people using this theme, so in case you really want something unique, that may be not the best way to go about it. There's a couple of things though that I want to point out with Btheme, for example, is the fact, I mean, so basically it's a lot of themes in one, with basically one core. This has gotten better over time, but like it used to be the case that of course Btheme needs to include all the elements that it advertises here in the theme, so that might make the theme not the fastest on the market. And as I've mentioned as well in a previous video, speed does matter. So also, well, what I really want to point out with Btheme as well is the fact that they use Visual Composer, and I think that was the case for Restorator as well. So they are using Visual Composer as their page builder. That means that you're going to be probably locked into the theme like for a long time, meaning that, you know, the moment you want to go and change the theme later on, you will quite have some difficulty changing that, because Visual Composer works with shortcodes. So in the moment those are no longer recognized, you're in trouble. So that is usually for me like something that I would consider, because I don't know how you're gonna do it, of course, but for me, I'm quite keen sometimes to change the theme. So, and when I see something like Visual Composer being active, that just restrains me so much in doing what I want to do. Another theme that I wanted to have a look at is X, which is one of my favorite themes in WordPress, mainly thanks to its flexibility, and also because of the Cornerstone builder that is included. It's a custom page builder they develop. So and also this theme again fulfills basically the 3 other criteria that they usually set for selecting a theme. One, it's widely used. There's a very active community around this theme. Second, it's the ratings. It's rated really well. And third is the support from the developer. This theme is still being actively developed, and X also offers like a couple of stacks. It's still 4 at this point. I'm pretty sure there's more stacks in development. So basically, again, these are like 4 themes in one, if you may. And the nice thing as well about X is that everything that you can customize is done through the WordPress customizer, which is one of the exceptions, I would say. Many of the other themes you see on Theme Forest usually have like a theme options panel to go along with it or something like that. So having that all in the WordPress customizer is really, really cool, because you can live preview your changes and all that. So that makes X relatively easy to use. Another very popular theme that I want to show you is Divi. So Divi is outside of the Theme Forest marketplace, and they are using a subscription-based model. So they basically want you to pay $99 a month off the top of my head in order to subscribe to Divi. So and basically this gives you access to the theme, and Divi also has its own builder, which is really quite well renowned. So in that sense, like if you want to spend some money, Divi is a really good place to go. Keep in mind again that you're also here, you'll have the issue of a lock-in. So as far as I know, the moment you build a layout with Divi, you cannot properly export that to another theme quite easily. So that's something to keep in mind. At this point, Divi has been like well supported for a very long time. So I wouldn't worry about the Divi developers dropping the ball. But I would worry about the future flexibility. So Divi is like, especially if you're doing something like just a landing page or something like that to get started, it's perfectly suitable and probably will make your life a lot easier. After that, you may want to consider something else. One last thing I want to cover is, and this is one of the very old themes, this is like one of the early pioneers of Theme Forest, I guess. They were super early as far as I know. So Avada is one of the most popular themes out there still today, also again with a lot of options. The reason why I want to single out Avada a little bit is because Avada nowadays also has its own builder. So Avada used to be like in the same party with, for example, B-Theme with the Visual Composer and its the lock-in that it associates. So Avada is no longer in that part, so and they have the own builder now. It attracted a little bit of criticism in the beginning, but I think it's fine now. So these are just a couple themes that you can have a look at. Of course, there's many more, but as the general advice, I would really say make sure that it's widely used, make sure that it's well rated. Check the support from the manufacturer. Are they regularly updating it? And perhaps also if you have public access to the support forum, check whether the developer is actively responding. So that's basically the view that I would really pay attention to. And then at last, of course, it's also very much a matter of taste. I can't decide for you which one looks the nicest. So basically, based on the criteria I just mentioned, make a selection of themes that you want to consider, and then just sleep a night over it and make up your mind. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.